also a guest lecturer at the University of Warwick in the UK. In Ghana, she's an entrepreneur, property developer, and also realtor. She will connect with us. In fact, I believe she's connecting on the phone right now. Hello, Louisa. Louisa will connect. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Great to connect with you. We'll hear more from you shortly. We'll also be connecting to Iowa, USA, where one particular young Ghanaian entrepreneur is packing his luggage, about to head back home after a decade in Obimanso. Felix Anaman is connecting. Hello, Felix.
Hello.
Hey, Felix. Great to hear your voice again, man. And I know, are you all packed and ready to fly down?
I am actually almost done. Still packing, getting some few things together, so I can get home as soon as possible.
Oh, great. Well, we'll hear more on that shortly. Do you know this man is called Episode? Well, if you don't know him, let's introduce him with music. We'll go into his music a bit more. It's a pretty controversial one, but the music he does, they call it conscious music.
At long last, the battle has ended.
Behind the song shortly, and there's a line in there about the year of return. I like the way he spins it. He will join us as we get to connect on this all-important subject, cashing in on the year of return from the perspective of the members from the creative arts industry, and also those in the hospitality industry as well. Wherever you are tonight, you want to join us with your views and comments. This is how you can connect.
Join us now on Twitter, #GhanaConnect Live, Facebook, Joy 99.7 FM, or send us a WhatsApp on 0244 340 437 and we will call you back. Join the nation's biggest conversation now and connect to authority.
Don't forget the WhatsApp number 0244340437. Let me start with you, David. David, I mean, you are the sector that I guess is supposed to be seeing all the benefits. Are you seeing the benefits?
Evans, yes, yes and no, but I think I will give a greater percentage to yes.
Okay, explain that.
Well, we could have seen more. We could have seen more because the idea behind the year of return is a great one. However, if you look at so many factors, there are a bit of disconnect in certain areas.
I guess let's start with, the benefits you've seen.
Benefits, then we're talking about more people coming into the country, and most of the time you see all these guys coming through the hotels, staying, buying food and drinks and having fun. And for me, it's something that is awesome. And you know straight away these guys are coming from the diaspora.
For the Labadi Beach Hotel, a very renowned hotel, have you seen any boost, any increase in your revenues, or I guess stay year on year if compared to last year?
Year on year, this year has been a great year.
Okay,
no doubt about it. However, don't forget that ours is purely business in terms of the business travelers. The leisure is a small percentage. All right, but the year of return factor has increased or improved on the leisure aspect of the business for us this year.
Okay, yeah. That is interesting. Latif is with me. Hello, Latif.
Hi.
I mean, you are a playwright. Are you doing anything special for December?
Oh yeah, we
we're actually doing a play, what we call the best of plays, for the year of return edition.
Here you go. Here you go. So clearly, it's been a bumper year for you.
Oh yeah. So what we actually did was that we also tracked ticket sales via the diaspora. So we had some partners in the US and in the UK.
The ticket for the play.
Yeah, I've sold a lot of tickets outside.
Oh.
So you buy where usually you do the travel agencies outside. So where people buy tickets, where people usually get tickets, and then when immediately they go there, they see your flyers. We have some agents there, and we've been able to sell a good number of tickets. So from the diaspora already, we are benefiting from the year of return.
I'm going to get into that a bit more because I'm curious about that. And we are joined by Nana Sase in an episode as well. I mean, they playwright, a poet, playwright, and a musician. Let's see how they also. But listen, let me go on to the phone lines, and I introduced to you already Louisa and Felix. Felix, you are coming back home after how many years?
Almost 9 years.
Goodness. What kept you? Why has it taken this long to make a decision to return?
I mean, it's a couple of factors: business and family, most importantly. And for this year of return, what actually caught me was the fact that you have to visa on arrival, and my wife was so excited about it. And
so you're not coming alone; you're coming with a wife.
Exactly, yes.
Oh,
and
goodness.
this will be her first time in Ghana as well. So it's going to be a fun trip. So we are very excited about this.
Louisa, I'm curious about you. When did you land?
I came Sunday morning.
Oh, it's just literally less than 5 days ago.
Yes.
Goodness, how long have you been in the UK?
As long as one can remember. Way too long, over 20 years.
When you can't put a number to it, then you know it's really, really long. And the same question to you, really. I mean, why has it taken this long to make this journey, I guess?
I don't know, because I left Ghana when I was 2, so I guess for me, it was just coming back in the beginning with my family and then making my own links, getting to know people and seeing that there's a lot of opportunities here. And I feel like I also need to give back, so that's why I've decided to come at this time.
What about you? I mean, you had, I guess, many opportunities in the past to come. What about this year convinced you to finally pack your bag and buy a ticket and hop on a plane and get home?
Well, the year of the return has made it big. And, it's showcasing all the amazing opportunities out there. But I feel like, or I regard myself like a daughter of the soil, and I just want to come and do my own bit. Because sometimes the worry as well is that we have a lot of people coming, and because they're not really from here, their idea is just to make money. But I am here because I care and I love this land, and I'm here to make the best for us Ghanaians. I see myself as that.
Felix, you run a very successful concierge business in Iowa. Tell me about that business. How has it been for you as a young Ghanaian man hustling and doing well?
It's been fantastic. It's been great. It's a transportation company where we take care of most of the celebrities that come to Iowa City, Iowa. We have a wonderful deal with United Airlines. We take care of all the crew. As and when they touch down, go to their hotel, from the hotel back to the airport. Major contracts with the University of Iowa and some few companies, just to mention a few. And I have, within less than 3 years, we employ, my company employ close to 20, wonderful men and women.
Did you say 20?
Yes.
I mean, I was there in 2016, and you had barely started. In less than 4 years, you've grown to that big?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And we are still growing. You'll be amazed. It's been a wonderful, successful journey. I must be very honest with you.
That is really good. And so we just heard Louisa say she wants to come and put something back. What's your own objective for coming back?
I mean, Exactly. I mean, for me as well, I'm very interested in the transportation industry. Aside the fact that I have other interest in, other ventures, my main focus in, to look at the transportation industry and see what we are doing here in Iowa. If we can, do the same thing back in Ghana, which is one of my main focus, coming down to Ghana. So yes, that is it. One of the major reasons for coming to Ghana.
Louisa, which areas are you looking at yourself? Hello, Louisa.
Sorry, I put you on mute so that the noise.
Yes. Which areas are you looking at yourself?
Well, for me, I've got an IT background, and in the UK, I work as a consultant helping organizations with their digital transformation using the agile methodology. So I'm very interested in IT, software development, and the like, because I've got a lot of experience in that. I also lecture in that at the University of Warwick. But on the side as well, my side hustle is property. So I'm looking into that as well, playing around with property, selling lands, mainly with helping other Ghanaians in London and in the diaspora who want to buy property here. So I'm looking at all these different angles. But I'm one of these people that walks around and I just see different opportunities and business ideas, and then my brain is going crazy. So it's a fun ride for me, and I've been coming regularly all the time. So each time I come, I start something, I try something new. So some are failures, some are wins, but hey, we're still on the journey.
Like the question that I guess has become topical, it's how much as a country we're making from this year of return. And I guess we're making it from the likes of yourself and Felix. And Louisa, we're hoping that you're coming to spend also. I mean, yes, there's investment opportunity to exploring, but there'll be cash in the pocket with the Queen's head on it to spend.
well, there's definitely a bit of that, but then when you're trying to invest, your main focus is not really spending. Your main focus is more return on investment.
Okay. I mean, but I'm sure, as we've been hearing, you have family here, right? So you
Yes.
need a hotel. You're going to stay in a hotel?
No, I'm staying at home. So it's amazing just being at home and eating all my local food. So I'm staying at home. But then, of course, I would go out with friends. I hang out, and then, yes.
And as they say, when you go out with friends, you melt a bit of the Queen's head into CDs
Yes.
and spend locally. So that will go into some of the shows, for example, that my good friend here, who's been writing plays, will probably get some of that cash from you, Latif. You're hoping that it will be the case, correct?
Oh yeah.
I mean, so how are you targeting, Latif? Are you targeting the likes of Louisa and Felix and co who are coming down with this particular play that you're designing?
Okay, so we are targeting Ghanaians in general, or people in Ghana, to have fun. Those who really want to have good fun, and especially we are looking at fun from the comedy perspective. And for them, those who are not here, we began targeting them in the diaspora, so specifically the US and then the UK. And sales have been quite good. We sold not extremely, but it's okay. We sold so far we've sold about 230 plus. I was trying to get a total figure on my phone, but 230 plus tickets at 80 cities. I think it's quite good for me. And we are hoping that those who are here would also take advantage of the platform we are having in entertaining people too as well. But from diaspora, it's good sales.
And Felix, I know you're coming with the family and all. You're bringing the almighty dollar to spend.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, hey, I have to spend to live in Ghana. Already, my brother is asking me to send him a couple of money. So yes, I am bringing some money.
Oh yeah, I mean that's how it's been calculated down here. We had this week, figures in the region of 2.2 billion, etc., dollars that we expect to make from people like yourself and Louise and all coming down. And so please make sure that when you come, spread a few around the Christmas cheer, as they say. and I know you are a fun-loving person, and so yeah, the kinds of Latif and others will really have fun with you. But let me ask
Absolutely.
you. I know you've explored many opportunities, times to come back. Is there any particular reason why the year for 10, this particular year, was attractive enough to now convince the family to step back into Ghana?
You won't believe it, but we just made our decision last week. About less than 4 days ago. We saw the visa on arrival. So immediately, because sometimes there's so much uncertainty. Mailing in your passport for visa. Talking about my wife and the rest of the family to get a Ghana visa. So when we saw the visa on arrival, I jokingly mentioned that to my wife. She jumped on it, and that same night we got our ticket. So one major factor was visa on arrival. So that made a big difference. Having said that, this will be her first time. And then also, most importantly for me, trying to see what I can, give back or, what I can do in Ghana as well. Home sweet home with regards to business. If my business has been quite successful, it's important that I kind of also mimic that back in Ghana as well. Give back.
Let me come back to David. David, for you are in the hospitality industry generally, so that's the area that I guess. Listening to Felix and Louisa,
Right.
if a lot of the people returning, people who are possibly already have families here, probably are reconnecting for the first time, they would like to stay with family. They'll probably
Yes.
not be staying, in hotels such as yours.
Yes.
And people say hotels in Ghana are far more expensive than you find in the US and the UK.
Correct.
I'm sure you will know that.
It's 100% correct.
Far more.
Far more.
And so they'll find it outrageous.
Right.
I mean, I'll tell you this anecdotal story. I was in Washington. I was staying in a hotel in the Marriott in Pennsylvania Avenue, which is really next to the White House. It was half what you get. Seriously.
Yeah.
What you get for a hotel in Accra, right?
You're very right. And of course, there are so many reasons and factors which we don't want to go in now. Now we are talking about year of return. So,
but if this is about cashing in, right? And
Yeah,
so
cashing in.
they'll have a huge cultural shock. That I guess is my question to you.
Yes.
When they are coming from an economy which is more advanced,
Yes.
which naturally should be more expensive than us, but they come in here and the hotels are twice, 3 times what they pay there.
You heard me say from the beginning that there's a bit of disconnect.
Okay.
And also yes and no. So these are some of the reasons.
Okay.
All right, because we cannot also operate and charge a certain rate. We will make losses because of the cost of doing business in Ghana. It's very high. Everything has to be imported. Even toothpick has to be imported. And if you want the quality, you have to import from outside, and you pay hard currency for that. So some of these things make our rates very, very high as compared to the ones in the US or elsewhere. So when they come down here, they find the hotels very expensive. That is how come most of them stay in the Airbnbs and also in homes.
Oh, yes.
So for us, the big hotels, we benefit from those, of course, who really want to stay in the big hotels, or let's say to experience the certain service quality. But otherwise, most of them will stay in a very small place or in a small corner or in apartments. However, we also get our fair share. Once they are there, they will come and have, say, breakfast, they will come and have lunch, they will come and walk around the beaches. I'm talking for myself anyway. They will come to, because don't forget Labadi Beach Hotel, where I work, is more of leisure. Okay, so then they get that leisure feel. So yes, we get the flow from this year of return, which is amazing, and we're loving it. And of course, once the discussion progresses, perhaps we'll come up with more ideas and more things to do for it to be sustained. All right, but at the moment, it's really working, and for me, it's a platform, or let's say it's a revival for tourism in Ghana.
Okay.
It's a great revival, and the travel agents who are smart can cash in on it or are already cashing in on it. Because previously we used to get tour groups coming to Ghana at that time, and for some time it stopped because everything is expensive. Airfares are expensive. You have to pay $150 at the airport for visa on arrival. Even that is a hassle. You spend hours at the get into the country. This way, all
so the
these
visa on
incentives-
arrival is not free.
It's not free now. The government has made it $75, half of what used to be.
So they've reduced it by half.
They've reduced it.
Okay.
All right. So you pay $75 to come in, but of course you don't go through the hassle of going to your embassy in wherever you are from. Maybe the US, you go to the Ghana embassy to get your visas to Ghana. For this year of return, they come straight to Ghana, and at the airport you pay $75 for your visa on arrival. But I'm saying that all these factors could have been taken into consideration, and a lot of things could have been done right, so that we cash in more on this year of return, which is a great platform for everybody. Because don't forget, tourism industry, the value chain in the tourism industry is amazing. Everybody gets to benefit. The taxi driver, the hoteliers, the restaurants, the tour guide, everybody, the market women. Look, if you really want to make money in your country, tourism is one area that you have to look at.
Okay, I mean, very interesting points. I want to go to Louisa and Felix just for final comments. Louisa, you've been here at least for a week. Is it worth it? And what would you tell Anaman, who is now about to fly down from Iowa?
I would definitely say it's worth it. There's a lot of opportunities here. There's a lot of chance here. You get to see a lot of people who are not from Ghana advising people to come to Ghana. There must be a reason. If someone who is foreign says come to Ghana, then you that are a child of the soil should think twice and say, hey, if they're seeing something good about my country, then I better sit up and do something, back home. Because, and whatever the case may be, we have a vested interest because it is our home. My only plea is that when all the other foreign people come and they're given this amazing platform, they should remember us also that are also from here.
Great. And Felix, what's your own expectations now that you're about to set up? When are you arriving, by the way? I mean, just so that I'll send a party to welcome you at the airport.
Well, hopefully on 31st we'll be in Ghana. So I zoom in flights, on time. No delays or anything. 31st we'll be in Ghana, and I'll be in church praising God. But interestingly, how my other colleague with the hotel, talks about how they've inflated prices, and yes, they're expecting people to cash in more. For me, it didn't sound quite right, because if they are taking the hotels that are charging outrageous prices, how do you expect people to? It doesn't even entice people to even come in the first place, because if I'm coming to spend about 2 weeks, you're looking at about 2,000, 3,000 on hotels.
No. In Ghana, 2,000 for 2 weeks. No. Because a hotel in Ghana, if you want to stay in a good hotel, you're paying what, $400 a night, David?
Oh my God! The category of hotel you are talking about, and of course, it depends on the room type you are looking for.
Even in Las Vegas, where they are splash hotels, I mean, when they're having events, they charge more than half the price. They are charging about $50, $30, $35, $40 dollars, so that people can spend more, entice people to come in. So that is a bit, it doesn't sound well. So maybe they have to get back to the table and work out some math. Having said that, I'm excited to be in Ghana. I'm hoping that it would entice me to come and spend some more. If the hotels were charging real good price, I could come in with a lot of people and entice them to stay, much longer. But with the prices they're given, and it's quite outrageous, it doesn't really entice. Having said that, for me, my expectation, and thanks to my other colleague, I'm excited that she mentioned all the things that she said. I'm excited about the opportunities in Ghana, especially the transportation, and then also what I can do or bring in to help change the transportation sector in Ghana. Because and I've mentioned this to you, Evans. I mean, it's not for me as a transportation guy. With the accident that I hear, I see in Ghana, most of them could be avoided, because it's not anyone that you allow on the street as a driver. They have to go through certain certifications. They have to go through every monthly, weekly drug and alcohol test. You test all of them. I see certain vehicles that are on the street that, they don't need to be on the street. And I ask myself, why are these being allowed on the streets with police seeing them? And all these things are something that I'm hoping that I can bring in a little expertise, that experience that I've acquired in helping. If we are want to make Ghana a wonderful place, we have to look at those things, because those things are very, very important, so that we don't have people losing their families or dear ones on our streets, because it is something that we can avoid easily. So these are some of the things that I'm hoping that while in Ghana, with the short time in Ghana, I can, engage, people in and talk, look at it, and hopefully also, get something integrated into the system.
Oh,
so
well,
yes, I'm excited about this opportunity.
Yeah, Felix, we look forward to receiving you. Louisa, great that you're here, and hope that everything goes according to plan. David, you had a response to the question that Felix had about the hotel industry and the high cost.
Yes, I just want to correct Felix. It's not because of the year of return that's why hotel rates are expensive in Ghana.
No, it's constantly.
It's a constant thing, because I said earlier, cost of doing business in Ghana here is higher than.
No, but he didn't say because of that. He just says that if this is what it is, it's difficult to.
Well, that is why I said there is a disconnect from the beginning, and I wanted to
clarify. But why are hotels in Ghana that expensive?
Because of cost of doing business here. We import everything. If you want a quality, you have to import it. Elsewhere, like you go to Kenya, everything is from Kenya. All right, even uniforms. Sometimes we have to import uniforms.
But that's your choice. You can get a uniform in Ghana. Why?
I know. I'm not saying that we always. I say sometimes, because fine. Now you can get good quality things, apart from some things that we have to import. Like if you want quality beef, you got to import that from.
Really?
Yes.
Hotels are importing beef.
Really? Yes.
Oh, I see plenty cows.
The quality is not what.
With all this Fulani problem.
I'm telling you,
with all the cows.
Even toiletries, in terms of amenities for the rooms. If you want the quality, you need to import. You don't get the right quality here. All right. So it's so difficult. People don't understand these things.
I get you, but still, a standard room for $400 a night.
It's not a standard room which is $400. There are different categories of rooms.
There are rooms $300.
Of course, but there are seasons. Don't forget that hotels in Ghana, most of the big hotels, they run on the best available rate. So if my availability is high or my occupancy is high, of course, it's demand and supply basis.
Okay, Nana is definitely a poet. You heard this. I don't know if you were listening at the beginning, because I played.
Yeah, I've listened to the show throughout.
2005.
It's been a long while.
Dag into that.
Yeah.
What's your own thinking around this year of return thing?
Year of return. You see, good intentions alone are not enough. It's a very good concept. Poor execution, if you ask me.
Oh, really?
Thank you.
Today, I'm just coming from an event with this year of return.
Give me high five, man.
And I was just asking all of them, what are we returning to? Everybody is returning. Okay, so say Pimpana, they just cross over, they arrive on this side. What next? Is it all about the money they are here to spend and all of that? Then what happens? Do you get my point? And it feels like all of Ghana is just Accra. That's for the year of return. So far, that's what is happening. Two, what is happening? You're having fashion parades, you're having parties, you're having pool stuff, and you're having, in quote, high-end events and all of that. What is the average Ghanaian benefiting from this year of return? Are people who are returning Cape Coast Castle, Amina Castle, Kakumb? What next? What is there to really experience? And look, in my event, I told them, shake your neighbor and shake them from their dreams and bring them to this reality. Let us tell them of Ghana, this place where respect is such a big thing, yet we trample respect underfoot. Are you here with me?
Yeah.
This is a place where there's a lot of gold. We walk on gold, not the refined gold.
Like literally.
Like that. Can you really handle it? It's just like the truth. Or just like the truth, which is usually watered down. We have to refine it to meet the class in which you sit. What are we truly returning to? Let's be real with each other. Let's be real with each other as they come down.
Yeah.
Cheers. People from out there are organizing trips and getting people to come down, making a lot of money off them. If we truly even intend to make money, how much really are we making?
So you raised a very important point. I want to quote you an article that was written by Bright Simmons.
Okay.
Challenging because his ministry had put figures out that said we were going to make around 2.2 billion, more than $2 billion, right, from this. And he calculates and says, agrees with you actually. And he says, unfortunately, various government agencies and supporters of the Year of Return program have bandied figures such as 200,000 extra arrivals, 1.5 million total visitors, $1.9 billion extra tourist spending, as measurement of outcomes related to the year of return, with zero commitment to using actual widely available statistical data. And his view is, if you look at last year, the number of people who came to Ghana was 750,000.
Okay.
So if you are estimating that you are going to have a million, that is just 15,000.
That's just 15,000 more,
So
really.
it's nothing. And he concludes, it means that instead of focusing on what so spectacularly went well, the brilliant co-opting of African American celebrities like Steve Harvey as informal brand ambassadors, we shall soon be luxuriating in fictitious numbers bearing no resemblance to reality. The danger in elevating phantom figures to the level of truth is in the complacency they can breed, which is the point you're making. So that instead of getting our loins to build on this successful marketing exercise and translate the increased awareness about Ghana and its enduring international goodwill into tangible tourism gains, we would instead declare victory on all fronts, relying on shaky, unchallenged numbers, and then promptly relapse into business as usual, which is his point, really. And I'm wondering, for you in the creative industry, have you benefited at all from this? Because I see a lot of people from the creative industry from the West coming in.
Let's not limit benefits to money.
Money, yeah.
Okay.
Trust me, relationships in certain sense mean a lot more to me than money. Trust me, because I know all of you in this room. I can make so much more money for the next, say, 5 years than I could make in one gig, one block. Do you get my point?
Yeah.
Now, so creative people are coming in. In which capacity are they coming in? Are they coming in as tourists? Are they coming in to meet organized groups of people? Something happened recently I don't even want to talk about.
Okay.
You know the Asumesi thing that happened. Truth of the
Did
matter,
you go so?
let me tell you something. Until I heard the whole issue, I thought Kadibi was a man. Truth of the matter.
Oh, Christ.
I'm telling you, when I talk of art, trust me, I don't categorize a lot of things.
The kind of art you do is deep.
Charlie, senior,
It's deep.
we don't have time for certain things.
Yeah.
On a more serious note, that was too much. So, in what capacity are these people coming? Are they here to interact with organized arts groups? If you went through an agency like, say, the Folklore Board, of which I'm a board member, now you have access to organized groups, say, carvers in PDRC. So you have, say, a master carver coming from wherever, Jamaica or wherever, wanting to interact with them. Do you get my point? You have a master drummer coming in from Brazil who wants to meet people in Kumasi. That is more meaningful. But just to say big names are coming down, going to hotels and doing that, it does nothing to our art industry.
Has it rubbed off at all for you as a creative
For me,
artist?
I'm just coming from an event, the Diaspora Drive.
Okay.
Definitely, I'm going to get paid for that. I'm saying a lot of things I said over there. I feel we could have executed this one better. Beyond getting paid for that event, picking up contacts and all of it. Truly.
Yeah, I mean, what do you say to this, though?
No, I agree with him. I agree with him because look, if you scan through even if you scan through social media or the internet to try to find out what really are the major deliverables we want to achieve with regards to the year of return, you really don't know what the plan is. For me, for me as an individual, as an organization, we are benefiting personally. That's monetary.
Yeah.
What next? Did we get the opportunity to meet certain top artists that we could build a relationship with for future projects?
You think somebody should have organized that for you?
No, we think that there must be a plan. So for instance, you get this top actors coming down. What happens between the actors in Ghana and them?
So I get the point you're making. So it's not all about how much money they are coming to
No.
spend.
Exactly. No.
It's not
But
about the
the
money.
relationship.
Can there be a sort of structured relationship that encourages sort of learning?
Exactly.
Okay, so that you're a playwright. I mean, you've had some fantastic actors come down.
Yeah.
What can you learn from them? Because they're in a more advanced industry than you are.
Exactly.
And can somebody facilitate that?
Yes.
Okay.
Those are the kind of things a lot of people will be looking out for. I mean, that is the real benefits we seek to achieve. The monetary is just one time. It comes and does it. But when you build relationships, I mean, then you realize that okay, these guys are so good. Why not do something in the US for them to also come over?
Fantastic.
Those are the kind of things we're looking at, long-term benefit.
Oh, okay, I get what you're
But
saying.
the instant benefit where people come and have fun and then spend money and that's it. And so I'm sure you'll be talking about sustainability. What happens next year?
That's what I'm going to go to now. I think I'm hearing something beyond the year of return.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I thought you have returned. What next?
Now
Beyond
Nana is also joining me. And he brought his guitar. He'll do me a nice acapella shortly and see if I can get Nana Sase to rhyme on the back of that shortly. But Nana, you've been doing gigs, have you not? I mean, on this year, has the gigs been any different from what you've done in the normal year last year?
Not really. Still doing this corporate. Have a few corporate events, but not in perspective to the year of return actually, because they haven't. I don't think I've seen any like them creating any platform that there is a musician coming, so other musicians. There is a festival or something.
But there was a meet and greet. As in the MEAT and Greek.
Yes, MEAT. Yes.
So that's one. Forgive me, I'm just joking.
Yeah, I get you. and okay, but that kind of meet and greet is not the kind of music they are doing. It's not like my kind of music. So there should be a general platform for all musicians, all creative arts, poetry. Like there'll be some poets.
Yeah.
Who come. Like we are organizing this kind of seminar. All this has to be put in place, but you don't see that.
The structures are not in place. I want to connect now to Episode. Hello, Episode.
Yes.
Hey, how are you, boss?
Cool, yes.
Great. I mean, I played your song at the beginning, a bit of that. I'm going to play a bit more of this. There's a line in that in Nkrumah where you day. In fact, it's called Wahala Day, but I just love the chorus, and so I just say Nkrumah where you day. There's a line in there you say, quote, "They say the year of return. It be like the white man for colonize we again before we wise up." What? Explain what you meant by that line.
Yes. First and foremost, I want to greet everybody, both your listeners and the people in the studio. I would have been nice for me to make it to the studio, but Charlie, we handle something for us.
Charlie, man, the hustle is real. I understand.
I know. So what I mean is, as somebody who is growing, or somebody who has actually been in this media or been in Ghana, my motherland, for over 2 decades, you look at it from a point of view where nothing is going on the positive direction. We're actually going back. You get me? Because of our kind of work, we get to travel and then you see all these things happening. But then it looks like whatever we always preach, whatever these people say, it's not really working. So if you tell me that this is a year of return, it means that the next year of return is going to be in so many years more. But then, what's the difference from now and back then? Back then, we would have even been proud that we have timber, we had this, we had that, and all of that, which maybe the system was not going enough. But back then, even Nkrumah had many infrastructures built, many factories. Recently, I saw a documentary about a factory which was making shoes back in 1950s. Do we still have those things now? No. You get me? And funny enough, like we've grown to a modern world where these things are quite easy. So if you tell me that this is a year of return, and then I actually look at it from a year or after decades, like these things are not really going well, then it doesn't make sense. Then these people have to actually come and colonize us, because back then, whilst we were with them, they were actually putting some stuff in place, knowing that they were controlling stuff. So they're building infrastructures, they are doing this, they are getting good links. But what do we do now? We only travel and take loans. And funny enough, one of the things that we should be proud of, that is Ghanaian Airways aeroplane is now, excuse me to say, a restaurant or a chop bar. Why don't we keep it there and then put things that the aviation or history about Ghanaian aviation in there, which can serve as a place where when these people come back home, they can actually go there and learn.
Yeah, I like that. I like that suggestion you make there. But let me ask you this. I mean, so I get the bigger picture that I guess all of you are painting. But for you, Episode, and I know you get a lot of gigs as well. Has this year been any different from the last? Has the year of return made it more prolific for you in terms of the gigs you're getting and the ability to grow and also rub off the all these year of returnees?
Excuse me to say, it will even go back to the same thing. Nothing is going to change after Christmas. The only thing that is going to change is the people who put up these shows are just going to fill their pockets, and then we go back to zero. You know why? Because, excuse me to say, Major Lazer was in Ghana, right?
Yes.
Wouldn't it have been so nice to have a collaboration with Major Lazer, having one of our artists collaborate with him, which is also going to open them to a bigger market?
But some said that is an individual decision. I mean, his managers and they're all nobody can get into that.
Bro, the truth of the matter is, you have these people who have got these links, and then when artists are coming to Ghana, you approach them, they go like, no. It's even sad that artists from this side can't even go to hotels to go and meet these people. You get what I mean?
I get what you mean.
Last year, Afrima, I had a connection with one big African artist from Uganda. He was in Ghana. He called me to come to the hotel, and these people said no, I'm not on the list. And whoa. You get what I mean? Meanwhile, you know me as an entertainer. So if somebody in my circle wants to see me, it would be nice to open up so that at least we can also spread our wings and all of that. After the parties and after what do we gain?
I mean,
go back to zero.
I mean, so the point I'm getting is that you guys want the bigger picture and something more lasting and sustainable going forward.
What year we go have year of return? How many years more?
Yeah, well, that's true. By the way, I mean, so what gig are you doing tonight?
Tomorrow I'm playing music. Next week we're doing Ochando Kwame's gig. I had to go back to Kenya to finish up with one or two, because I came back from Kenya like a week ago. So it's me this year, as always. The direction has been to feed the Eastern African market with my fives, and love reggae, and it's been so good. You get what I mean? So that is the direction right now, because I think year of return it doesn't make sense.
I mean, look,
no disrespect to anybody, but it doesn't make sense.
If you're out there looking for a place to go, look for episodes, gigs, and attend. You won't be disappointed. By the way, I need you to scream this particular chorus for me in the background.
My beloved country is free forever, but still we the suffer.
I guess everything you've said is what has been echoed around the table. Yeah. Let's talk about after the year of return, what next? Yeah. Right? What for you? What are you when you look into the crystal ball?
What do I say?
Yeah. What do you see?
Like back to business as usual.
Nothing.
Back to business as usual. Trust me.
Why do you say that? Because I've heard rumors that they're planning beyond the year of return. I mean,
okay,
that would be something
fantastic. It's always good to plan beyond if it's sustainable. I'm looking at sustainability. Okay. Let me tell you something. I was tour guide. Aside everything I do, sometimes I'm a tour guide for people who really want to see Ghana. I'm a student of history. Yeah. I took some people from Bermuda around Ghana. We went to about 4 or 5 regions. Beautiful experience. The things they saw, very unusual. I visited a place like Bore, and when I got there, I was sad, I was angry, I didn't know what to do to myself. All the Bore we've had all these years, and this is all we had to show for it.
Let me tell you the story also, just to complement it. Just today, just before I came on, I was preparing for the show, and we had 2 screens in the office. For some strange reason, BBC and CNN, at the same time, we're doing documentaries on GhanaConnect.
Okay.
At the same time, this is just an hour ago.
Fantastic. Wow.
There was Zainab Badawi who was here doing something on, and then CNN was at the same time. Coincidence.
Okay.
It just tells you again the power of if you're selling this properly and developing it on the ground as you've seen it.
I was in a CNN documentary on King Tut. You remember that?
Yes.
When you go to the Ntonso Edinkran village, see, make a talk pigeon, Charlie, you go cry.
Really?
Charlie, just be some guy everywhere they try doing things. But as a nation, if we are to get serious with some of these things, look, go to the Cape Coast Castle. Try and get any of these tour guides on the side. Just talk to these guys. The kind of hassle these people have to go through. As Bosumi even rich way Charlie mankind for go taking money says.
Hard.
You know, and this place is going to remain the same over and over and over. We're going to tell the same story over and over, memorized by rote over and over and over. What next? After they've come here to see Kakum, after they've come here to do all these things, these people want to come down and invest. Now, reality on the ground, in quotes, Ghanaian CEO Brony Charlie, the first change. As you're talking about hotel prices changing, it's seasonal. You understand? There's certain hotels which will bill you based on rates which are trending at the time. They don't have fixed rates. The world over there, places like that.
We call the best available rate. That's what I said earlier.
Simple as that. He's here to make his profit. So these people come out automatically. The taxi rate will go up. All respect to Ghana police, but sometimes some of them disgrace themselves. They are still doing these things on our roads. People are driving like
crazy.
You know, all these things going on. So this, while the year of return is going on, all of that, we should look at such practical issues. We are trying to make Accra a sustainable city, a beautiful city, and all of this. Now, look at the traffic we've had to deal with just today.
It's crazy.
It's not going to get better. It's threatening to get better as a lot more people come. So we should look at ways of expanding infrastructure.
On the back of this, I mean,
trust me, so that year of return reloaded, like next year go up in. When they come in, I tell you, Ghana.
What gigs you have for line up
for now? I got an impromptu gig this morning. Hopefully, I'm doing the chicken dinner tomorrow. I don't know what is coming next, but hey, I'm ever ready.
And
I'm ever ready.
But if where can people track? Because there are people who just want to, spoken word. They might want to come and listen.
Come and listen to me.
You have a Facebook page.
Well, you're giving me something interesting. So on Facebook, you find Nana Sasi. Just put in Nana Sasi on Google. It will bring you to all the places where I am. You might even find my phone number somewhere over there. I think I'll be doing a lot more on IG Live. We can have a show in our room.
Let's have a show now.
Let's have a show like right now.
Do you have any shows lined up also for this particular period?
Okay, I have a show on Monday at the Indian High Commission for Affairs.
Okay. Nice.
So I'll be doing some Indian songs.
Okay. Year of return for the Indian.
I tell you,
no bad.
Year of Indian return.
So yes, let's then, and then they'll give us a tune.
Okay.
Ike mumaya swami maleno lejone wa mahi daketa ne mapete oninesi jakawa maslenge swami mli, 'cause we would never drown. Never drown. We will never drown. Dear Rico-san, Odobe Baya, now I am right. Maria Janet Masherin Moa Arechi Choe Fioni Pawo Embo Free Rekoda Epeka Mene Odonkwa Yabetu Empuyemo Namasio no say bombing comodo.
I wanted to try, but I don't want to resurrect the dead, so I will keep it to myself. But keep that play in the background. That play, because I want to. Assassin, you have a line.
I've written a poem for the year of return.
We always do freestyle.
Oh, fantastic! Let's freestyle it.
Ago.
Amen.
Amen.
Ago.
Amen.
We are coming home, burdened not with shackles on our limbs, but with deep running questions, heavy, breaking the backs of our minds. We are heavy souls riddled with galleys. We knock on the doors of mother's womb, asking, pleading, praying to be born again. Here we are back at the doorways of dreams, from where we were wafted across storms, breaking the oaths of no return. And mother, you should see mother. Mother is ever young, this African queen enthroned at the center of the world, with wings that wrap the world in an embrace. Behold, Akwaba, Wahelebo Atu, Sanda Zua, Wizolu. Welcome to this offering of libations, this calling of prayer, this communion of ourselves in this year of return. Welcome home.
Nana said there. Nana, thank you very much. Nene, thank you very much. I'm going to track your Facebook because we need to track where we need to put money in your pocket.
Thanks, man.
On Insta. What are your handle?
At Assassin Nana on Instagram.
Okay.
On Facebook, it's Nana Assassin.
Okay.
On Twitter, at Assassin Nana.
Yeah. Nana, and Nene, what about you?
Just Google the name Nene.
That's it.
Yeah,
Stop. and your plays?
Yeah, so I have a play on the 30th and then the 1st. I'm doing Thank God for Idiots.
Wow. Say that again.
I'm doing Thank God for Idiots on the 30th and the 1st of January. So you can track me at Latif Globe.
Okay.
Yeah, on Instagram and then Twitter.
I'm really grateful that you could all join us on GhanaConnect tonight. I really want to end the show with something that we heard from the very controversial man who joined us earlier, who did a song about Nkrumah Where You Day. But of course, that's for later. I mean, in that particular gig that he did, if you listen to the lyrics there, and he explained it earlier, he was speaking a lot about the real challenges facing this country, and that's how I want to end the show. David, thank you for connecting as well today.
Always a pleasure.
And for Felix, who is just about landing in Ghana, and to Louisa as well. My name is Evans Mensah. Enjoy the rest of your evening.